Hey everyone, Brent here from Goalorious, and today I'm super excited to be joined by the Vetter team. Thanks guys for joining me today.
Great to be here, Brent. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Cool, so maybe you guys could give an overview on the project. I know I did a video on this, I feel like less than a week ago, and I thought about all the awesome things going on, but maybe you guys could give an overview and also tell me who you guys are as part of the team.
Yeah, so I'm Mike Klingler, and just real quick going back in crypto, I was introduced to Bitcoin like in 2010, totally closed the door on it, didn't pay any attention until 2017, saw a presentation and said, man, I got to get into this. Ended up losing about $500,000 trading, anybody with some money and you just jump into it. But, as tough as that was, it taught me really quickly what not to do. And so fast forward, we hit the bear market, right? And then we hit the bull market again, and I was kicking myself because I was like, next time I see a cycle like this, I'm going to be ready. Because I knew it was coming, but when the bear market hit, I'm like, oh man. So fast forward, I see the BSC taking off, I see DeFi taking off, and I want to get involved. And once again, I just jump into it and start investing like crazy. But this time I had that previous track record. And so I did, I was a little bit more cautious in my approach. Jeremy calls me up and says, you got to check out this SafeMoon. So I jump into SafeMoon thinking, this is nuts. This is ridiculous. This is just hype. What's going on? And ended up making a killing in SafeMoon. Then I got into Elongate, made a ridiculous killing in Elongate. And I thought, okay, let me put everything else I'm doing aside and jump into this 100%. So even though it looked nuts to me, quite frankly, the hype, the BS-o-meter was just through the roof. But I came up with a strategy that worked really quickly where it didn't really matter if it was BS or not. I could turn around and make a profit in 24 hours because I was able to see, is this a rug pull? Is it not a rug pull? And even if it was a soft rug pull, I figured out how to profit really quickly anyway. You could see what was going on. You could see the intentions. So I started teaching people how to do this because it was crazy what I was making. And people started duplicating it. And so we think, okay, if we could put together a crowdsourcing process that allows you to collate this data really fast and tap into thousands of people's, 1 hour of research time, but have the best cream float to the top, this would be insane. So we tested it out in our Discord. We had about 700 people paying us to do this because the value was there for them because they were learning from this process. And it worked phenomenally well. We had people turning 5 BNB into 100 grand in 5 days. We had this ridiculous results, which we've documented. And then after that 3 months or so of that experience, we turned it into the blockchain. And that's exactly what this is. It's a way to tap into thousands and thousands of people's 1 hour of research time or whatever they're doing and have the best results float to the top. That's what the dApp's going to do.
And that's something that Mike and I have been in business together for 10 years now. And one of the things that really interested me about being involved with this project was that I had actually been trading since 2017 when Bitcoin, just before it made its all-time high, I got involved. And when that happened, it blew me away. And I realized that I could actually do something to free up my time and create financial prosperity. And we had been teaching, we had a coaching academy, we had an online business school. I was coaching thousands of clients around the world to help them with their authentic messages and online marketing presence and all of that good stuff, building systems as well. So having that technical component with the tangible to help people really come out online. And so I had so much experience really being able to help people become empowered. And I didn't want to lose that, but I ended up full time for 4 years trading Bitcoin, and I was living off Bitcoin and just traveling and exploring myself and kind of just evolving in my own way. And then when this Discord group started, I really wasn't that involved at first until I started seeing people who so one guy dropped out of college and said in 5 days, because he found a project in our group, made over $100,000. And that story, it brought me to tears because I could feel, all of the work I had done over the past 10 years of helping people try to create financial prosperity by building an online business. It was challenging, and it's a lot of work, as you probably know. And so when it comes to crypto, though, there's almost like this effortless flow that happens where, right place, right time. And you don't really need to be the smartest tool in the shed, as Dale Carnegie, writes, and how to win friends and influence people. And so anyway, long story short, instead of just trading crypto, which I was doing full time, or going back to what I was doing with marketing and branding and business development and coaching, integrating all of the skills that we've had with business and marketing and being able to support people in creating financial prosperity, to me was a no-brainer in terms of being able to take this to a bigger level, not just with the Discord group, and not just helping, we have over 700 paying members in there, but to really go as big as we can and to support people in the industry to have that financial freedom and sovereignty and empowerment. And, that's just for me one of the most important things to do to help people have that freedom financially. And for me, crypto is the best way to do that right now, in my opinion. And with our educational tools and resources, and as Jeremy will share, we have different elements and the feature-rich platform, as you, Brent, described in your video. There's so much for people to access, whether they're an investor in crypto or they're someone who wants financial prosperity or they want to benefit from the reward system we have in place by being a contributor to the ecosystem. There's so many aspects and elements to it that really support people in an empowering way, and not just what we have, but I have developers of other projects messaging me every day asking to be featured on our platform and wanting to collaborate with us and supporting us and investing with Vetter. And so we just, we have so much support, and we just see this going beyond where we have it. So we have a lot more to strategically develop out over time that we're already committed to, starting from ground zero. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, definitely sounds exciting, and especially where you're focused on your community and you're starting the community and you're just looking to grow it and have these great use cases and success stories, I think is amazing. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. A lot of people in my community are always asking for ways and tools to grow their portfolio and, how to get to the next level. And I think Vetter is an awesome match for that. So I think it's awesome. Jeremy, did you want to give your introduction? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, sure. So to give a quick background for me, I started with Bitcoin when it was around $350, started developing some smart contracts on it, and it turned out that, the Bitcoin smart contract language is not, there. It's not to the point where you can actually do the things we wanted to do with it. So we had a couple of projects that we attempted, but we ended up having to do everything sort of centralized. It wasn't all decentralized. When Ethereum came out, I got involved in that when it was around $350 as well. But at that point, we started making some smart contracts that could actually do what we wanted them to do, which was great. And you could actually get to a decentralized point with a company. So I've worked on a number of both decentralized and centralized applications in the blockchain. So when Ethereum started getting very high priced, of course, then we had all of the competitors like BSC and others out there trying to compete with Ethereum, but they were basically copies of it. So it was nice because development skills could move right into that platform. And I started in the BSC when it was around $350 as well. So kind of gives that, you can go back to the points at when I started with each of these. But I've since developed a number of applications in the BSC space as well. And the nice thing about it is that the gas prices are lower, so we're able to make these applications still and not have to worry about teaching people how to get into layer 2 and all things, technology wise. It's still a challenge to get people into the BSC, and that's one of the things I like about our platform is that we're going to have a lot of training and onboarding help for people that are not even used to using the BSC on how to get their BNB and how to get into this space from maybe not even working with crypto ever before, and we're going to do it in a way where we have an application that will allow them to, kind of get in at their pace, be able to see what's out there, have all of this crowdsourcing technology to show them what things are good and what things to potentially avoid, what are the red flags, because as we know, there needs to be a little bit of cleanup in the BSC space. So from a technology standpoint, there's, I think, 3 new tokens released like every minute, which is absolutely crazy. It's mind-boggling how many are being created out there. From a developer standpoint, there are videos I've found where they just outright teach people, go and copy this SafeMoon contract and you're going to make a ton of money, and they don't even know how it works. They don't even take a look at the technology. So we've been doing some things that are kind of innovative in the space as well, which, we can get into those more if we need to. But the tokenomics are going to allow us to have a better chance of being able to get on centralized exchanges as well as decentralized exchanges. So we've been putting a lot of focus not only into making sure that the tokenomics are set up right, but then also launching a platform fairly soon after we launch the token. It's very frustrating for me when I try to look at projects and evaluate whether I want to invest in them. I'm more of a long-term investor. I would rather put my money behind projects that are going to be around and are doing something that is good in the environment. So when they promise a project and it takes months, for them to launch anything, if they ever do launch anything, it's very frustrating, for the investors, but also the people that want to use that token. So for me, it's about having that application come out soon after the token is launched. So I've got a really good development team behind me who are working on the front end, the back end, along with me working on the smart contracts, so that we can kind of roll it out really soon after the token launches.
Got it. Yeah, I always talk to my community about projects and utility and when things come out. But there's lots of projects that will say, okay, we're going to build this app or this platform. It's going to probably come out in a couple of months, maybe next year. So it's great that you're really thinking about that and releasing that, pretty much at the same time. So maybe you guys could talk a little bit about where you guys are in the process, how my community can get involved. I know you guys are whitelisting right now. So maybe a little bit about that and kind of just talking about your roadmap, what's coming up in the near future, but anything that you guys want to mention there.
We're launching the pre-sale on October 19th. We'll hit PancakeSwap that same day shortly after. We're going to use Pink Sale for our launch pad. We were going to go with DXL, but we decided on Pink Sale. We think it's got some advantages. And so if somebody wants to get on the whitelist, just go to our Telegram and go to the pinned post. You'll find the whitelist. I mean, obviously, we're building up a lot of momentum so that there's going to be a lot of spillover into that PancakeSwap launch. We've done a lot of things to stabilize the price floor and to create that upward trajectory after Pancake. And I've got some videos on that if you come into our Telegram on exactly how we're going to do that. But obviously, it all starts for us. You can probably tell we're a little bit different than a lot of these BSC projects. We're a little bit older. We're a little bit more experienced, and we know how to implement and execute. And so we're not just raising a bunch of money and then, feeling like we won. You know what I mean? Because that's what it looks like with a lot of these, quite frankly, kids that have never really implemented anything before. They're raising money and then they feel like it's their money and they're not actually intending to build anything with it. So it's all going to start for us. We got over 5,000 people in the Telegram. I'm sure to be over 6,000 today. We're still 5 or 6 days away from the launch. We haven't even cranked on our marketing yet. So I'm sure to be well over 10,000. We might even get it to 20,000 before the launch day. But it's all about building that momentum and that buying pressure on Pancake. And then just, stabilizing that price floor, meaning the trajectory goes up and you don't see any ridiculous permanent dips. Obviously, our focus on product development, the DApp coming out right away afterwards is going to contribute to that. So, yeah, I mean, if somebody gets on the whitelist, they got a shot. But quite frankly, we've got so many people already wanting in and so much built up demand. Odds are at this point, you're probably going to be entering on Pancake. And my point is that's where it really begins for us. We know marketing. We're going to be onboarding new people from outside the BSC. And things are going to change really quickly, and we think we're going to be at the forefront of that. So, yeah. So at least get on the whitelist, follow along closely, and even if you end up on Pancake, just know that's really where it starts.
And our Telegram is Vetter Platform, t.me/VETTER platform. And I also wanted to share that the cool features of the calendar, as Mike mentioned earlier, the Discord, we already have people who are scouting and vetting and researching projects. So what's going to happen is, our huge community of people who have already invested in Vetter, in the token, they're very much holders and hodlers and diamond handers. So they're really excited, and they're very open about it. They're very open about sharing how they can't wait to buy the dips and have more Vetter token. And the way that our platform works with the calendar features is the more Vetter you hold, it unlocks other tiers, new tiers, which means more features and more ability to have higher level research tools for that investor mind. And so, you can access the calendar and the features. You don't have to go up to the higher tiers, but the majority of the people already in our community and the people coming in who are bullish about the project, which are a lot of investors and crypto enthusiasts, they're very much excited about purchasing more Vetter token, holding more token, and contributing to the crowdsourcing, the ecosystem itself. And so we already have that, that proven use case. We already have that energy going. And so when we transition into the actual live calendar, we're going to start with the beta test, and then we'll unleash additional features as we progress week by week. And what that is going to look like is that people will start to see more features unlocked, and people will, start to get paid and have access to more of the tools. But it's just really exciting. When like Brent, you were saying, I look at other projects, and most of the time they just keep asking for more funding and nothing's happening, and they're hoarding all of the resources. And then, a month later, they're launching another token, and they're an experienced developer. And that's, it's tricky sometimes when you're looking at projects. And as Mike says, sometimes you can come in and recoup your investment profit, but do you really want to leave in your free tokens? Do you really want to have your investment sit there? And so the Vetter calendar allows you to set the calendar for 7 days or 30 days or longer. And so that way you can start to see vetters who have vetted projects that are more likely to 2x to 100x or more over a longer time frame. And that's kind of where I stand as well, where it's like, I don't want to have to sit there and be anxious and worried if a project's going to flop in a week or an hour. I want to be able to use the calendar and all of the features to be able to invest and have time to be able to understand what's going on when I make that investment. And not everyone's like that. So there's other people in the community that will vet projects that are for other people that just kind of come in and out, and that kind of energy. And so we have something for everyone. And that's what's really going to bring in a large number of different types of audiences, different groups, not just segmented by one kind of crypto enthusiast, but everyone can benefit from this.
I just sum it up this way. If you're looking for something real, take the time to look at what's going on here, because if it's real and it has real impact in the market and that people talk about it and they use it, that means it goes to 250x or more. And, I think it just takes someone a little bit more time to see exactly everything that we have, but it doesn't take long. If you've been following the market at all, it doesn't take long to see that there's never been anything like this before.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, because I see the different ranks, obviously like voter, scout, vetter, and I think all these things these activities that people are doing happen already. Like in my Telegram group, people are already scouting out projects and helping out other people. And I have a Google sheet. If someone scouts something out, I'll just write his name down. It's obviously not the best way to do it. I'm like, oh, he did a good job. He scouted out. So, and I assume if I'm doing it, a lot of other people are doing it as well. And so this is happening. You guys are just building the actual tools and rewarding them for doing the things that they have been doing for the past months, years. So I think it's a good idea. And I like like I said, the different rankings and the voter, scout, vetters. And I know you guys released a video on that, kind of explaining like the compensation and the gamification of that. I thought that was a good idea. I didn't know if you guys wanted to mention anything about that, because I thought that was a good way to incentivize them to obviously use the platform and continue to keep pushing to rank up.
Yeah, let's close out. I'll have Jeremy answer that. Let's close out on the ranking system, the scoring system, and the incentivization and the gamification of all this, Jeremy, because I think that's the core of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the key, is making sure that people want to use the platform, and in order to want to use a platform, you have to have a good resource. So by rewarding those who learn how to get better at this process, we will end up having a better calendar. We'll have a better list of upcoming projects that you can look at and say, okay, this person has successfully vetted so many projects now. I'm going to look at those first. Of course, everybody has to do their own research for every project that they get into. This is not any sort of a service that's going to say, hey, you should invest in this. But you have a little bit of kind of a guiding light that says these are probably the projects that you want to spend your time researching first. So what we've done is we've set up this system where as people continue to do the voting, as people continue to scout projects and vet the projects, their rank can continue to grow, and you can get up to these different, they're colored levels. So if you get to green, that means you're doing fairly well. If you get to purple, that's, like the top of our system, right? So at that point, they actually get paid more to do that process. So as they go up in rank, they actually make more on our system just for providing that research to everybody else in our community. So we want to reward those who have done the best job of it, and that's what people are going to attempt to do, is make sure that they're vetting the information properly, that they're giving really good, helpful tips to everybody, because when they do, they not only get rewarded at that point, but then if people come back later in this voting process, which is a whole nother reward system, they get paid to actually vote on these projects, they can actually start getting tips as well. So if you've had this great project and you're the one who brought this project to everybody's attention, and they 100x'd on the project or even 5x'd, they might be, I want to give a little bit of a reward to the person who brought this to my attention because this was great. So we actually have a tipping system built in as well. So there's a number of different ways that people will be rewarded through that, kind of gamification to make it fun to, put the information on the calendar and fun to go out and do the research because, oh man, I just made some more vetter and it's worth this much, and the vetter's going up. So I want to make more of it, so that's the idea behind the gamification and the ranking system.
Yeah, there's something about people wanting to be the first to discover something, whether it's like restaurants or music. They want to be the first to discover it and then tell everyone about it. And then if they make money off it or they really like it, then it's, they feel good about themselves. So it's great that you're rewarding that effort that people are already doing. So, obviously it's a great idea. And I do like the fact that you guys are obviously helping newer crypto people. There's a bunch of new crypto people in my channel. I feel like half of my channel, my community is new to the crypto space. They've only invested in one or two tokens in the past, which is probably something like SafeMoon. But you're helping them, and you guys have like a video vault you guys plan to release, and really helping them understand not only what crypto is all about, but also how they can, use tools to, invest wisely. So I think that's great. And, I'm definitely excited about this project, and I appreciate you guys joining me today. Was there anything specifically you guys wanted to mention before we sign off today? Obviously, I'll put a link in the description on how they can get involved, and obviously links to the white paper and the website. But if there's anything last minute you guys want to, say in my community about this project that you want to mention.
The only thing I would say is I was coming back to what I was saying earlier, just do your research. You know what I mean? Like if you look at what's going on here, I don't see how you couldn't get excited about it and see it has massive upside potential, and not just in the short run, that too, but also middle term, long term. I just say, do your research, take your time, a little bit more time than you usually do, so you understand and don't miss it. If you came across this, you saw it early, take advantage of that by digging a little bit deeper so you know what we're saying is actually real.
Yeah, I was going to mention also, if you go to vetter.ai, our white paper is on there as well, and people can really get a feel for more of what's involved with the different parts of the features. And if people come into our Telegram group, I really encourage people to ask questions. We have a beautiful team of moderators and supporters in there who are part of the ecosystem and the crowdsourcing.
They're scouts and vetters, and they've made a lot of money in our tribe. So we're happy to help. They're
really, really gracious. So I just encourage people to go in and ask real questions, and they'll get real answers. And we are allowing 1,000 winners for the whitelist, and that is still open until the 18th, just before our launch on the 19th. And we'll choose 1,000 people for the whitelist for the pre-sale. And I just wanted to mention that, just the part of being, I always say, and for your audience, Brent, we all really crave a sense of belonging, and with the world kind of being torn apart in different, countries and it really, cryptocurrency, as I always say, is like music. It's like a frequency, or it's like a universal language where we don't really need to understand the same, insight. But if we can all take part in crypto, we have this universal connection with each other. And I feel like what Vetter platform does is it really brings people from all walks of life together to not just get paid, but to really be a part of that culture and that community. And I really feel that's what we're doing. And I also want to say that, for people who like to just ape into projects and then check out and find the next shiny object, they can come and ape in and they can take their profit, but they're going to want to come back because they're going to see over time that we're not going anywhere, that we're evolving and growing, and we're going to keep offering more tools. We're going to keep improving the system. We're going to expand on different markets. We're going to go beyond BSC. We're going to go into the NFT market. So I just encourage people to come in, but also not to feel like they have to abandon ship with our project. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of it. It's something that we all want. We all want to be a part of that. And so I just really hope that people come in and know that it's a place that they can keep coming back to.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, Jeremy, did you want to say anything?
No, I would just the only thing I would add to that is that we are going to continuously evolve the product, and we're going to add additional features as well as time goes on. The money that we've raised in the private sale has provided enough for not only the marketing to make sure from a investment standpoint everything is able to happen, and we're not taking money from what was raised. That's all going into the project, including the additional development. So we're talking about additional tools that will continue to roll out even beyond just the piece that we're initially launching. So,
Launchpad. I mean, it just a natural course of things, right? If we've got the best betters, then obviously we can be one of the better launchpads.
Exactly.
Yeah, so lots of exciting things. I said it when I recorded the video earlier this week. Super exciting, lots of opportunity. You sound like a great team and have really built a great community already. So I can't wait to see what's in store for the future and obviously the launch. And I can't wait to check out the platform for myself. Hopefully I could do a video on that in the future. But I really appreciate you guys taking the time today. I'll put the links in the description of the website, the Telegram, the white paper. But I really appreciate you guys taking the time. But thanks guys.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time.